Now, for those of you who've been watching my channel, you're probably used to seeing me on an archaeological site or some ancient castle or fortress somewhere out in the middle of who knows where. But today we're doing something a little different. Take a look at this.
That's right, today we'll be taking a look at all kinds of classic cars, with the chance to meet celebrities, and maybe even some interesting local characters along the way,
I don't
too.
mean to interrupt your day.
No, I was just
but I'm
this out.
getting ready to go down the road and meet Eddie Munster. You want to go?
Yes, people come rolling in from all over the world for this event, so prepare yourselves for an action-packed time because this is the Spring 2026 Pigeon Forge Rod Run. All up and down this famous tourist strip, you'll find an enormous assortment of all kinds of makes and models. We're talking about enough automotive delights to keep you busy all day long. You'll notice that many of these vehicles even have their hoods up too, so you have the chance to check out the engines to see what it is that makes these things run. That is, if they even have a hood. You'll even see lots of amazing interiors too, like this one. Yeah, from cars to trucks, there is a lot to see here, no matter your tastes. I found this party wagon right here to be incredibly convenient, complete with multiple taps along the side. How cool is that? And speaking of party time, let's take a look inside this. Whoa, hey, I guess this really is a party on wheels. Yep, like I said, there is definitely something for everyone around here. Just try to stay out of trouble while you're in town. So interestingly enough, this massive car show actually has roots that date back all the way to the 1970s. It started out just up the road from here with an East Tennessee car club. After a while, it kept growing more and more over the years. And well, I guess at some point, this main artery through Pigeon Forge just seemed like the perfect place to host an event of this size. And the atmosphere? It's pretty lively. So for 3 days, this area will be flooded with people bringing in their vehicles to show off to the masses. And even more masses of people showing up to check out these beautiful rides. Now the show itself is technically hosted at the LeConte Event Center. But there is so much going on that this thing has pretty much now encompassed the entire town. Here is a classic 57 Chevy you might like. And how sweet this thing truly is. You're guaranteed to have a blast walking around here checking out all these classic cars, but no matter how much fun you're having, you gotta at least slow down a bit for the cool bus, right? Yeah, there is definitely something eye-catching in almost every direction you look. Like I mentioned before, some famous people around too. And of course, you gotta grab you up one of these souvenir t-shirts to take back home with you.
Hey, excuse me. I think I know you. You are that guy that does videos for Travel the World. So, I see. I know you, dude.
You think it's the shirt, right?
I'm local around here, and I see your videos all the time on YouTube.
Right? All right, hold on, we gotta talk to this dude right here. Let me get out of the way of the traffic right here.
Yo, I don't mean to interrupt your day.
No, I was just
but
checking
I'm
this out.
getting ready to go down the road and meet Eddie Munster. You want to go?
Cool. All right, so
I know you're busy, bro.
What do y'all think?
Listen, I'm
You want-
seriously going to go meet Eddie Munster right now.
okay, so
And if you
this
wanna
guy's
go,
rolling
you
up
can
and he
hop
claims that
in.
we're going to go ahead and
No.
see Eddie Munster, really?
Eddie Munster.
Down the road. Now,
Butch Patrick.
one of the Duke boys is
original
across the street over here.
Duke
too.
boys?
Yeah, they got them over there too. So
We can go try to meet them too.
there's traffic. Let me get out of the way of traffic. I think we're good. All right, so look, we're gonna jump in here, and yeah, he claims we're gonna meet Eddie Munster, so let's do this. All right. Yeah, see, they're already blowing, telling us to get out of the road, it looks like. Okay, so I just jumped in the car with this local guy here, and we're gonna roll on down the street. He says we're gonna go meet Eddie Munster, okay? So we might try to do that Duke Boys thing later on, but yeah,
I'm not even joking, bro. I'm going to meet Eddie Munster right now.
Okay, all right, we're gonna do this. All right, let me put a seatbelt on here.
That's awesome. I got to see you down here, bro. Like, this is the Rod Run. I know you know where you're at, but this is one of the biggest car shows in the world, and this is the first day of it. It's going to be even crazier tomorrow and Saturday.
Okay, so I've actually done a car show or two in the past on my channel. Most people don't watch that stuff because most people watch when I travel around and do all the archaeological sites and stuff like that. You might have seen some of my Italy videos and stuff like that in the past. But yeah, so we're at the Rod Run, and it's pretty convenient. We just got picked up right here, and this dude's gonna take us down the road to meet Eddie Munster. Okay, so let's see what happens here.
Hey, I believe I just saw Dragula over there. Yep, it looks like we have arrived at the correct location. Now, this might not be Mockingbird Lane, but there is definitely some Munsters activity going on around here. And right here in front of us it is, that iconic dragster of doom, the ultimate coffin on wheels, Dragula itself. You know the coolest part? This thing actually runs. So after meeting Butch Patrick, you know, Eddie, I realized how starstruck I actually was. I was somewhat at a loss for words, so much that I forgot to ask how Herman could have possibly fathered a wolf child. And I didn't even think to tell him how hot his mom is either. Anyway, it's too late for that now. We're heading back into the thick of it all to see how much more awaits. And as much as I would like to cover this whole thing, there is simply too much here to see. I just hope this guy drops us off next to something absolutely mind-blowing.
All right, so we met Eddie Munster. I'd like to thank this guy right here for giving me a ride down there to check that out. Glad we got to see that. So I'm going to jump out right now. We're going to go on down the strip and see what else we can find. And we'll probably go over here and check out the, I think it was Bo Duke that's over here from the Dukes of Hazzard. So might go try to meet him too. So, all right, you said your name was Daryl, right?
Yeah, Daryl. If you don't mind, before you go, I'm going to give it a shameless plug here.
Oh,
that's
all
my
right, cool.
card. 444 Outdoors. I have a small channel on YouTube and TikTok, and I don't travel the world like you, but I do some pretty cool stuff on there, and I got some hoodies and make some outdoor videos.
All right, cool.
And
So
do some stuff.
we met another YouTuber today. All right, so yeah.
I don't know if I'd call myself a YouTuber, but
Well,
I have some very my content's not like yours, but yeah, 444 Outdoors.
All right, there it is, 444 Outdoors right there. Okay, so yeah, we appreciate the ride. Got to see Eddie Munster. Now let's see what else we can find on down the road right here.
All right, bro, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, yeah.
Later,
all right,
man.
Awesome. Got a free ride today. Well, I guess I should have tipped the guy, right? But for giving us
it's a pleasure, man. Pleasure
Okay.
to meet you, and I see you around.
All right, awesome. Thanks. And we're gonna head on down the road, and like I said, we're gonna see what we can find down here.
Well, that was definitely an interesting side quest. I didn't even realize that Butch was in town. So big thanks to that local guy, Daryl, for helping us out. Now, back to those cars. Now, I'm sure you've noticed we've seen things from all across the spectrum here, but I just can't help liking these packed with patina. They contain a certain amount of character. And of course, those shined up polished ones, yeah, they really rock too. It is absolutely amazing to think how much time and effort some people put into restoring these antiques. So I gotta say, much respect to the car culture for that. Now here's a hulking beast. Just take a look at this thing. So I was really hoping to interview some people about their classic rides. And this is normally where they would be seated right here. But it seems like the scorching midday sun may have ran them indoors. So we'll have to keep looking.
Hey, took a look at what we found right here. We got the mystery machine behind us. Let's check this thing out.
Hi guys.
How's it going?
Good. We're doing good.
Check it out. We got Fred back there, Shaggy, Scooby, Velma, Daphne, all in there. He said that we can check this thing out, so we're gonna go in here and take a look at this.
Yeah, check the inside.
All right. Check it out. We're gonna have a ride in the mystery machine here. Oh, look at this. Super cool. I like that. I always wonder what the inside of this thing looks like. Now we know. There it is, people. There's the mystery machine right there. Awesome. Appreciate you letting us take a look at the inside. Maybe next time I can take it for a drive, all right?
Yeah, all right. Have a great day.
You too. So things have actually been pretty eventful here at the 2026 Rod Run in Pigeon Forge, but you know what? This is just the first day of it. The next 2 days, gonna probably get pretty wild around here. Okay, now you're gonna probably think this is weird, but I swear, I just heard somebody else yelling siege. I'm looking around, I don't see anybody at the moment, but that's something you don't hear every day. Yeah, but anyway, we'll keep walking. Now this is actually pretty cool too. What do you think? World by Siege vehicle right here? Or do I need something a little rougher? Maybe this thing. I don't know. Both are pretty cool, but we'll keep looking for something more appropriate. I'm looking for something kind of like an Outback vehicle. Like just think of something you can picture Crocodile Dundee driving. That's what I'm looking for the World by Siege vehicle.
Now this right here, this thing is pretty sweet. I'm just afraid it's a bit too nice for me. But you know, it seems like I remember something back down the road that I want to take another look at. So I've been looking for the perfect vehicle to slap my logo on the side of. And I think something like this would do the trick. So let me know what you think. Maybe an old Bronco, perhaps in a faded green color. Yeah, I can see it now.
Alright, well I never did catch up with those Duke boys, but I did catch a ride down the road to meet Eddie Munster, and that was pretty cool. But anyway, this has been a great time here at the 2026 Pigeon Forge Rod Run. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And like I said, this is not normally what you see me doing. I'm normally out on some archaeological site somewhere or something like that. But this is super cool if you ever have a chance to come check this out. So until next time, safe travels, and I'll see you soon from somewhere else out in the world.
Yes, this Pigeon Forge Rod Run has been pretty awesome. We've seen all kinds of interesting things here today. Met some cool people too. And maybe got a little bit sunburned in the process. The skin, well, that stuff's gonna heal. It's those memories that will last a lifetime. So now as I walk on out of here, I'm gonna leave you with a few more classic rides to quench that hot rod thirst.